felt good. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Day two, folks, day two of the UK. The UK, for those of you who do not know, I do teach at this school named the Center for Creative Education, and we happen to be in the middle of a visit from students from the UK. It's a school out in the UK, and they'll be visiting us throughout the week. Started yesterday. If you go back to yesterday's video, it's titled Day 1, and we did some stuff in a restaurant where they cooked they had their own desserts, and then they served them food. One of the donors of the school hooked us up, and today we're actually gonna be doing a beach cleanup. I believe in Loggerhead, if I'm not mistaken. And yesterday, actually, we went to Hobe Sound. So the whole project, the whole thing, like the whole theme of the week is, water conservation, using these lessons, using this trip to also implement and integrate some social studies lessons, some science lessons, some math lessons. All sorts of things are going to be integrated throughout every trip. So it's like the theme is water conservation and cleaning up the environment, the importance of cleaning up the environment, and I'm all about that. Trust me, I have been one of those that is truly about recycling, has really been. In fact, I remember in college, actually, I took a sociology class that was, I think it was like the green, something about how important it was and how much we're actually harming the environment. I'm gonna show you right now how much we're harming the environment. You see that? Plastic right there. Plastic right there. I could literally walk this entire thing, and you'll see just trash all over the floor, plastic all over the floor, things like that. So, that's what yesterday was all about. Yesterday, so we took the kids to a place called Hobe Sound Hobe Sound Nature Center, and something like that. I can't even remember the name right now. But the experience was absolutely incredible experience, because you understand I understand what the saying means, or what the word means. I can't tell you what the Bible verse is, but I know there's a verse in the Bible that says it's easier for a camel to make it through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich guy to make it into heaven. And let me tell you, what I had to witness, the overall scope of what I had to witness yesterday was just, it spoke to me, it spoke to my heart, pulled on my heartstrings in ways that are truly gonna be life-changing for me. So I know for a fact the students are gonna love it. But if you understand, so basically what we had the kids do is we went over to this place, and they had a presentation about the environment and the water and what they were going to be doing. They were going to be taking their nets, and they were going to basically be doing stuff that kids would enjoy. They have their nets in the ocean, and they're finding little baby crabs and baby jellyfish, and they're picking them up, and then they're putting them in buckets, and then they dump them back in the river and stuff like that. So that's basically what the kids were doing. But as an adult that was taking the whole thing in, I was hearing the overall picture, the big problem, the big scope of the problem, because before they had the kids do that, they gave a presentation, and they were talking about how when we walk down and we see the river and we see the beach, like the place that we'll be going, it's actually like a beach. It's a beach that a lot of people don't know. I think it was like Jupiter Island Beach or whatever. And there was a lot of very wealthy, when I say wealthy, I mean incredibly, extremely wealthy people just on that island in general. And you saw the houses, and you saw their private boats. And what people do when they do have the funds, they go and they buy a boat, which is actually something that I personally myself have aspirations of doing at some point, being able to just simply buy a boat. But at the same time, those boats, just having those boats sit there, or having those boats, with the oil and the fact that they're traveling all over, they're actually killing certain parts of the ocean that's meant to keep these animals alive. Like, for example, they were talking about, I think it was a manatee surviving based on the seagrass that they eat. That's the example that they shared. A manatee survives based on the seagrass that they eat, and when a boat comes in and they leave the oil there, or there's a boat like tread from the boat or whatever it is, it's killing the grass. It's killing the grass that the manatees need to survive. Or if, again, like they leave too much gas there's oil leaking in there, and it's starting to kill some of the things that these animals need to survive, and then ultimately killing the water, right? Making the water it depurifies the water, and then, you know, all sorts of trash and all sorts of junk. Or let's say you're partying on a boat and you take a bottle and you throw it over because you're drunk or something like that, and ultimately that's killing the animal. I mean, there's so many things that we don't pay attention to that ultimately is absolutely killing our environment. So, you know, I'm super pumped today. We're going to be diving deeper into that concept because we're going to go do a beach cleanup. And I believe, like I said, I believe it's Loggerhead. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but I do know we're doing a beach cleanup, and I'll definitely be updating you on how it was tomorrow and things of that nature. So all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into everything I'm doing. It's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.